I am very confused. Very confused. WTF. I feel like I'm looking at a compiler bug. Is Roman glass really a lost invention? Some of it, yes. Some of it, we still don't know what they did. We just have guesses. I don't understand. I do not understand what I am looking at. Let me write this out to standard error as well. Now we get to make this happen again. Is pyramid building still a lost invention? Maybe, because because like people have theories about how it was done, but nobody has actually made one of those pyramids that way. So you don't actually know. Why? What is happening? So we're getting this compile command failed. What are we outputting? What? Oh, that's not one of our messages, probably. Where is this message? Oh, it's... Wait, what? This isn't coming from the thing, right? So we say running linker colon. And then this stuff. So where is this string coming from? Where, who says this? Wait, is that in the meta program? No. I don't understand who prints that failure message. WTF. So this says running linker colon, which is this. But who the fuck says compile command, whatever? Oh, that's the tests program, I bet. Yep. Okay. That's why I was so confused. Right. Okay. My brain is recalibrating. My brain is real calibrated. What's today's value? Today's value is that when we run with a lot of contention for our cores, this one program fails to link. It is a demo program that uses, metaprogramming to create workspaces and compile 4 versions of something at one time. And sometimes one of them doesn't link because it looks like the linker tries to run before the file has been written to disk, which seems bad and also actually is a little bit related to a problem that we have with LLVM. So I'm just trying to figure out what is going on there. Now it's very weird because these outputs are happening in a different, I don't know, it's confusing. It's confusing what this output says. But what I'm doing right this second is I'm just asserting that we actually issue them in order because the output being collated from multiple places is confusing. So I'm going to go this. I want to say auto value is atomic increment or atomic add add 0 to this. So we're going to print how is no check-in link counter? What? Why did I make that? That was my brain not braining. Is a syntax change pass still a thing in the plan? Probably. It's just not that important right now. We're doing things that are way more important than that. So now we have to run this until it fails again, or maybe it won't fail, in which case maybe this was a compiler bug. I can't see how it could be, but some crazy C++ UB shit might, I don't know, man. How comparable are the current backends in terms of performance? There's certain kind of questions that I don't care to answer anymore. Sorry. They just get old and tired. No, passing tests is bad when you want to repro the problem. Peanut butter M&M snack end. Well, I don't have peanut butter M&M snack end right this second. Seriously, did adding this atomic somehow make it work? It's supposed to be serial and it's in the same thread, listed in order. So like why would this suddenly make it better? We can raise the number of threads, see if that helps. 100. Probably doesn't matter that much. Because after some point, it's not like we have. Let's try 12. I don't know, guys. I mean, maybe this really is some kind of Visual Studio bug. It is hard to imagine how it could be. However, the code is kind of simple. I don't know. A FAQ would be good. Yeah, but I don't... I'm just spending all my effort on the thing. I just have a limited amount of effort to go around. That's all. I mean, if I had an infinite amount of energy, I would spend all my time explaining everything to everybody, but I can't do that. I have to sit here and run tests over and over while they pass. Well, it sure does feel to me like adding that data dependency. This is very weird because these things are in the same thread. Oh, there we go. Okay. It finally failed. Value is 1, value is 1, value is 1. That's a totally different demo that failed. But it's the same kind of failure where the object file is not written. Now, the thing that's confusing is it's printing this before it prints the link lines and stuff. But I assume that that's because we're not capturing that output, so it's getting buffered up for this console or something? Question mark. At least I don't think we're capturing that output. But it says value is equal to 1, which sort of tells me that this happened after we incremented that atomic. So what's the deal? Now, okay. Potentially the deal is the file's not getting synced to disk before we launch the external process. We are using fflush, and see, this is one of these things where documentation is really not sufficient because it's still ambiguous because it doesn't fucking tell you what you want to know, right? So I was looking up documentation for fflush, and it says it flushes the user level buffers, and then what's left over is only in operating system caches. But it doesn't say if that's per process or global. Like what I actually want to know and what every programmer wants to know is like, what do I have to do to make this file visible to the program that I'm about to run immediately afterward, right? So I suspect what's happening is we're writing the file, it's not totally getting flushed. All the way out to disk, and then this other thing is trying to read it, right? And it's not there yet. So and we're not printing this because we only print this for the hello example. So we don't get this has been flushed example, but we're doing this increment, and that's where this one comes from. It really does seem like a flush problem to me. So like, is there a synced type thing? Yeah, there is, but I can't even find documentation on what is necessary, right? Why in operating systems that are based on programs running other programs, which by the way, I think is a design mistake, but these operating systems are like built for this, and you can't, like, that's the first thing that you should want to know if you're writing a robust program. Okay, what is necessary in Windows for a C++ file, for a C++ program to write a file visible to another program it is about to execute? Creating a standard C++ program. It's the year 2021. Like, somebody fucking tell me what is the right answer. Like, this isn't hard. It looks like fopen on Windows has a C flag in the mode string to enable commit. Hey, I'm on Stack Overflow, so you know we're doing great. Somebody put flush standard out. Okay. Or fopen. This doesn't say C in here. Oh, wait. So the contents of the file buffer are written directly to disk. But why do they need, okay. Do they need to be written directly to disk? Like, if it's in the file cache, isn't that good enough for another process to open it or not? Like, that's like, this documentation is not actually that useful. Because what I want to know is, what do I have to do for a program to see this data? Did I know that file deletions in Windows are not atomic? I mean, I know that file systems are way less atomic for most things than you would like. Let's try this C flag. And I mean, all we're going to do to know if it's fixed is run it a bunch of times and it'll just keep going. Commode.obj. That is how I feel about all of this. Are we using a file mapping? No, this is just fopen, fwrite, fclose. It is literally the simplest possible fucking thing. We fopen, we do a bunch of fwrites, we fclose. In fact, I fflush and then fclose, which should be redundant and didn't help anything. And then we go exec another program and the program doesn't see the file sometimes. It's literally the simplest thing. I can show you the loop. It's all right here. Fopen, fwrite, 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 fclose. And then we return and go do some other stuff. All right. So we're going to try taking this out, and we're going to try this C flag. Like, this is the most basic shit. Why is it this broken? Why is the program that you would write by default incorrect? And why aren't people fired? Like, how can you write a program that does fopen, fwrite, fclose, launch process, and that's incorrect? That's insane. That is completely insane. On operating systems that are all about programs launching other programs. No wonder nothing fucking works. Antivirus messing with the file. It should not be allowed to do that, I don't believe. I mean, that would break everything if it could do that. Okay. Oh my God, dude. This is like there's no adult supervision. All right. So we put in the C flag. If that fixes things, then I'll run this like 100 times and we won't have a problem. And then we have to figure out what to do on the Linux if it's a Linux problem. At least we can fix Linux stupid shit. According to who? If that were true, Linux would get better over time, and it doesn't. So, like, you got to check that thesis. Should a standard library make no assumptions about how to write data, i.e. not do things like not flushing completely? You're getting a little too specific about it. What a standard library should not do, a standard library should never, ever make the obvious thing that you write that looks correct be incorrect. If it's the obvious thing that you write and it looks correct, it should be correct. Okay? And then if something subtle, or if, if that's a little bit slower, then let people do the thing that's faster, but let them opt into it. But it must be correct by default. It must be. It's insane to have this behavior in there. Hey, look, it didn't fix it either. Fuck you. Fatal error. Test failed to compile. I don't even know what to do at this point. It says value is equal to 1. So supposedly it wrote the file. I mean, this could be a bug in my program, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, that C parameter should be the equivalent to calling fsync, right? Could this be a bug in the CRT? Maybe. It's worth pointing out that I was seeing this same behavior from the LLVM backend. And that was happening earlier. And we put in a workaround for the LLVM backend that if link fails, we actually sleep and try again. It's so stupid. But so we've had that workaround in for a long time. We don't have it on x64 because we weren't seeing this bug with the x64 backend until recently. But like with the LLVM one, it's not even us writing the files. It's the LLVM code writing the files. So I think that's true anyway. Let me check that real fast. Yeah, you say create compile unit and you pass the path in there. These are like options somehow. I don't even know why we're writing those files. Oh, it's lower to obj. I remember now. Lower to obj. Oh, no, we actually opened the file. Interesting. So if it is a problem, oh, right, okay. We open the file and then we give the file handle to LLVM, and LLVM does stuff to the file handle, and we do everything we can to flush it, and then we close it and it's still not visible. Sometimes. It was driving me nuts. So there's just a thing where just sometimes files aren't there. I don't even know what to do about this. We could like poll for the file existing before we launch the linker. Turn off Windows Defender. That doesn't fucking matter. Look, people have to be able to run this program. I'm not going to say after installing turn off Windows Defender in order for the compiler to work. It's fucking bullshit. Does it literally cause stuff like this? Can somebody link me to a page explaining that Windows Defender prevents files from being visible after being closed? Is that actually a thing? Non-blocking file IO. It doesn't, the error is on read in an external tool. It's link.exe. I don't see anything about Windows Defender here. What am I supposed to be looking at on this giant page? Oh, here. Try excluding your project build directories from the antivirus scanner. Oh my God, that's so lame. If Windows does that, holy shit. Stupid people are not welcome on this channel. Goodbye. Especially stupid people who are going to be offensive to me while they're here. You've run into this exact problem caused by Defender. How would I verify that that is the cause of the problem? It's not even to be able to read files fast. It's to make programs not fail. Like, this is crazy, dude. If this is actually the cause, this is crazy. Maybe there is some log. That's true. I thought I had Windows Defender disabled. We could check that. Defender. It claims disable Windows Defender is on, but I don't know what that means. Windows Event Log. Yeah, I've never used Windows Event Log. How does this work? Information. Great. Thanks, Windows. I've been denied permission to access the folder with the event log. Who makes these things? Wouldn't fopen throw an error saying the file is already in? No, that's not what we're saying. It's not my fopen that's failing. It's link.exe's. Calling fsync does not necessarily ensure that the entry in the directory containing the file has also reached disk. For that, an explicit fsync on the file descriptor for the directory is also needed. So what do you do? How do you write a correct program? I mean, maybe that's the problem. How do you write a correct program then? How do I write a correct program that writes a file and then launches another program that reads the file? Applications and services logs, Microsoft Windows, Windows Defender, operational. Okay, it looks like I shut this off a long time ago and it claims not to be doing anything. Is that a fair interpretation of this? Nothing since February 12? Are we sure Windows Defender is causing this problem? No, that is what we're doing, is trying to figure that out. Okay, so maybe it's an analog of that Linux problem where we just saw like, oh, the file's not in the inode. You second the file IO completion. What does that mean? What does seconding the file IO completion mean? Second the opinion to use IO completion. I don't know what using IO completion means. You mean like IO completion ports in Windows? I don't... This doesn't have anything to do with it. This is not the problem. This is not the problem. All right. There's some call, flush file buffers. Typically, write data to an internal buffer. Flush file buffers writes all the buffered information to the device or pipe. To flush all open files on a volume. I don't see how this is any different. This is supposed to be the same as that C parameter to fopen, isn't it? Isn't this supposed to be essentially the same as flush file buffers? We could try it. Does file no work? Is it underscore file no? Handle. Windows get handle from a file pointer. Use underscore file no followed by get OSF handle. It's wonderful. This is ridiculous. Is this the right answer then? I don't even know. Probably not. This is probably not the right handle. Okay, well, we had factorial fail right off. We've got handles that seem like reasonable numbers. We're getting success codes, and yet it still failed. Let me write out timestamps. I want to revisit. I don't think that this is my program somehow doing these things out of order, but I want to write timestamps on each of these just in case. So we're going to put the file name, and then Okay. Here where we say value, okay. So we'll make sure we should print the file name here. I hope that's correct. Wouldn't memory map files help? No, they wouldn't. It's interesting that it's failing more. Maybe the 12 threads is the magic. Okay. So we are failing on hello release DLL. Okay. So hello release DLL at this timestamp. Whoops, I'm just writing the path. Whoopsie. Let's try that one. Now we'll run 100 times without getting a fail. Hopefully not. Hopefully no. Hopefully no. Flushing system buffered I/O data to disk. Windows stores the data and system maintain data buffers to optimize system use buffer disk on a regular basis. Flush file buffers. That's what we're using. It is not working. We don't want no buffering. We want to buffer it until the end. All right. Okay, factorial is failing now. There is a possibility that this is my bug and not the operating system, right? That's why we're looking at this. So factorial release was not openable. Factorial release dot obj for fact. This one's a little bit confusing because the names don't, like with the hello one, the names are like exact. Okay. Oh wait, hello also failed. Let's look at hello. Okay, hello release lib. Somebody failed to own the libs here. Hello release lib. Okay. Oh my God. So we got two cannot open files, actually. Weirdly. That makes it confusing. Hello debug exe is the first one to fail. Okay. Hello debug exe time 0.067 linking 63746. We flush that file at 0.63730. This number is less than this number. And it's in the same thread anyway. So, like, my program thinks it's flushing the file before it runs that command. Let's check the other one. So that was debug exe. This one is release lib. Release lib 0.64 as the flush. And then oh, this is like a different. See, this is a different code path where we didn't put the thing. We put the thing in the running the linker, not the running the archiver. We could do that, but it just means we don't have the data for this one. We can add that for next time. Okay, so here, same thing. One is an exe and the other is a DLL. No, this is a program that's building 3 versions or 4 versions of the same thing. That's the point of the program. And it's doing them in parallel. That's the point of the program. I would feel bad, but I guarantee you Visual Studio would not stand up to a test even 1/10 as rigorous as what we're running this through. Oh, this is a totally different fail. Oh no, I guess that's what the factorial one is. Okay, factorial DLL. No, cannot open factorial release.obj. Factorial release.obj 58887. And then the link is 58914, so, and it's immediately after, as it is supposed to be. It sure looks like Windows' problem to me. It doesn't look like my problem. So the question is there an analogy of that Linux inode not in the directory problem? Like, is there like a Windows super flush? Would a sleep help? A sleep will solve the problem. We know that because this happened with the LLVM backend already, and a sleep solved the problem. It's just that's really lame, and we don't want to do that. I mean, okay. I strongly suspect sleep will solve the problem. This might actually, there's some possibility this isn't exactly the same problem that we saw with the LLVM backend, but it probably is. It's probably just the file system is under a lot more load because we're running all these processes, and so this takes longer than it usually does, right? Maybe this tells me about a different thing. I don't know. There's a command line program called sync. That's great. Sync directories. There is a sync command line tool. Unbuffered I/O instead of buffered I/O and flushing to the disk. That sounds like trash. God, this sucks. Dude, this is fucking trash. Could you try doing something like fopen, fclose? You could try anything. You can try throwing a bunch of stupid things at the wall and see if anything appears to work. That is what web programmers do. That is not what we do. We want to know the correct answer. We want to know what is right. I don't understand that answer of unbuffered I/O solving the problem if the problem is the directory. We're going to have to go back and read the flush file buffers page a little bit more. Call flush file buffers with a handle to the volume. The caller must have administrative privileges. Oh my God. But that doesn't matter. It's like I know what file it is. Whoops, I don't want to look at that guy's picture. There's no way to sync directories on Windows. Open any files with file flag, no buffering, and file flag right through. I mean, this sounds terrible. I don't see how that's supposed to solve anything. Are we checking the return value flush file buffers? I don't think so. So we could do that as well. Or wait, maybe I do. I think I do. What file is this in? Objwriter. Yeah, no, we print that. That's the success value that we print right before the timestamp. And it's always 1. Okay, let's just read. Let's learn about stupid things that we shouldn't have to learn about. The write operation will fail unless the locally defined data buffers meet certain alignment criteria. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? This is your recommended solution to how to write a file. On the internet, they say flushing does not guarantee the actual write. File flag write through only guarantees that the data you're sending gets sent to the file system before write file returns. It doesn't guarantee that it's actually sent. Is that the same with flush file buffers? Because we do both. Do I need fsync? I mean, that's a Linux. That's a Lunix. See, the thing is, even if we add something like this, you still don't know if it's actually correct or if it just changed the timing. How is this different from flush file buffers? Oh my God, this is such garbage. I really don't know what to do. Running fopen yourself would let you check Erno and maybe get more info about why it can't open the file. I would have to launch a separate process. I guess that's a thing that I could try. I just don't want to make a whole other separate process yet. Although if we get there, we get there. See if enter is triggered. Fclose. Return value. Yeah, we should check our fclose. I'm glad we've got a frequent fail now. 12 is like just the right number of cores to run to get a fail. Fclose result 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0. 0. It's always returning 0. Right? This is like just such useless documentation. It's like token documentation. Did I get Erno? It didn't fail. Let me make sure it's the threads and that I didn't break this code. Right? Yeah, I mean I don't know how I'm supposed to tell if there's an error message in there, but I don't see one. Creating a library. I don't know, guys. Well, I don't know what to do. Aside from making a new operating system from the ground up, I have no idea what to do. We are fairly sure it is not Windows Defender, guys. You're just muttering up the discussion by saying Windows Defender. I don't know what to do. I honestly... I'm ready to blow up my computer with a stick of dynamite right now. I need to hire Bruce Dawson to run ETW. Or whatever. Try a quick open and close before... I don't think that's going to be helpful, because if it's cached for my process, I'm going to see the file even if another process doesn't see the file. I don't think that's useful. Was the start of this issue at the start of the VOD? Yes. Yes, it is. You're curious if setting those two flags would even fix the issue. Well, apparently if we set those flags, we can't fucking write the file sanely. And I don't even know why they're suggesting that. Did you see the thing about how you have to write exactly 512 bytes at a time? It's nutballs. It is nutballs. And this isn't even a recent thing. So this happens on our Windows 7 build server. So it's not like this is a Windows 10 problem. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, we can try running this, but I feel like this is, all these are like these weird equivalent of system calls that are in for portability, and this is just going to call flush file buffers, I think. I don't know. I mean, who actually knows? But okay, file buffering. It's crazy how much file crap there is. Yes, we are using the C flag. Yeah, Casey is saying he just doesn't trust the libc functions at all. So maybe I shouldn't either. All right, we're gonna do the Windows versions. Here we go. We're gonna go if-def win32 else end if. And we're going to put a no check-in to make sure we don't accidentally compile this. And, all right, create file. Create file A for now. We probably need create file W eventually, but, see, I have to do all this work, and for Windows 10 or Windows 11, they're finally making create file A work on UTF-8, but whatever. All right. Auto handle is create file A of file name, desired access, file share right. Wait, is that, wait, sharing? Tell me, okay, 0. Whatever happened to explaining the parameters in the order that they are? Oh, they are, I guess. Okay. It's just hard to, they changed the formatting at some point and it's just really hard to tell what's going on. Generic right. LP security attributes null. DW creation disposition. Create always. File attribute normal. I'm normal. Template file null. Okay, do we have the right number of parameters? Create file A. Name, access, share mode. Security attributes. Creation disposition. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Okay, and then write file. Okay, write file. Handle. Bucket start. Len and written. Null. D word written equals 0. And then is it close handle? How do you close a file? Close. Where was my? This has got to tell us how to close. Close handle. pipes, mail slots, consoles, blah, blah, fucking blah. All right. Defer, close. Oh, we got to do all this. Okay. So that's great. Oh, this was... We will even do the flush file buffers. Okay. F, undeclared. Press F to pay respects. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, well, it just broke immediately. Oh, wait. No? Hold on. Okay. No, it didn't break immediately. Sorry. I just ran the wrong command. We appear to be running. So that's good. Well, guys, don't use fopen on Windows. Guys, this is just, if this actually fixed the problem, this is exactly what I'm talking, like, people don't understand how bad software is. If that fixed the problem, which we don't really have verification of that, we just know that we're not seeing it happen. If that fixed the problem, that means every program that uses fopen is buggy in Windows, and you just don't notice most of the time because you don't run another thing fast enough after it exits. Yeah, fflush does not appear to really work all the time. I mean, how many times do I run this before I decide it's fixed? It was reproing very often, and now it's not happening. At least 3. Well, it's been at least 3. Dude, this is so crazy. What if create file A works better but still has the issue? Is there any way to verify? No. There's no way. I can't even step into it because it's like in the kernel, so you can't see it for security reasons or whatever. Turn the fix off again to AB it. So Casey suggested that maybe, right? So this does only happen, okay. This does only happen when multiple threads are writing files. I was thinking that that's only because of the increased load on the file system and file cache or whatever. But Casey was like, oh, maybe it's a thread safety bug in the libc, which it could be, honestly. What if Zelda was a girl? Well, I don't even know. Okay. So here, if we say not win32, all right, we're going to rebuild the compile. Okay, hold on. If and def expected a compile. Oh, you have to say if and def. You can't say not. All right. No check-in. Where? Oh. Okay. Oh, now everything's failing. What did I do? Oh, I deleted the F close. Okay, hold on. Let's put this back up here. All right. Yeah, guys, I think my suspicion is that multi-threaded file operations in Windows with libc, with fread, fwrite are buggy. I think it's a libc bug on Windows. Do I need to link to commode.obj? I don't know what that is, except that it was mentioned in a documentation for something. I certainly don't want to go to the commode right now. Why are you sending me a Linux man page? Didn't it just fail? Yes, it failed when we turned on the fopen again. Didn't you see what I did? I went over here and I toggled these if defs and it failed. And now I toggled them back and it's succeeding. Such a waste of my time. Holy crap, guys. Such a waste of the entire team's time. The team is getting bombarded by emails from the continuous integration server every time this fails. By the way. Raymond Chen, come on, bro. It's just so embarrassing. I mean, okay, we don't exactly have proof that this is the real problem, but we don't have source code to Windows, so we can't prove it. Sure seems like it, though. Just send a repro case to Microsoft. Yeah. Let's. Oh my God. I'm just going to keep running this, by the way. The CLib sources in the Windows kits. Yeah. I don't know, man. Lock file function. Lock specified file for exclusive access by the calling process. That is not what we're talking about. This is orthogonal. Well, implementation detail-wise, it might not be orthogonal, but functionality-wise, it is orthogonal. It's not really what we're doing. An entire doctoral research program. Well, that's not as bad as like the thing Paul Graham fucking said to Casey. It's so embarrassing, dude. People are so embarrassing when it comes to programming. No, we did a flag that is supposed to be the same thing as commode. So Casey was saying something about Mighty, and Paul was like, I forget exactly what he said, but he was like, he said something super condescending about Casey imagining the task to be simple, or as if Casey didn't know what he was talking about and was like a rando. It was really bad. It was not quite as offensive as what Microsoft dude said to Casey on that bug report, but it was pretty close. Anyway. Well, I guess I'm going to check in this fix. Whoops. That was a painful... How long have I been doing this? That was a complete waste of almost 2 hours of my life. But not a complete waste, because that kind of a thing is exactly why I am so fucking determined to do better. Right? Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, Paul's essays, I used to like them a long time ago, but I think lately they're oversimplistic. Like, they make things sound simpler than they are, right? Are we using fopen and LLVM backend too? Yes. I'm going to check this in without that for a minute because we do have a workaround active on the LLVM side. So I'm going to check this in, and then I'm going to see, we have to use create file W, which is like garbage. Let's do that. Because the problem is if somebody has like a Unicode character in their file name, create file A will like fail. So we have to do that. Okay. So we go wide file path, create file W, and we defer free that. Such a waste. Such a stupid ass waste. Where is UTF-8 to wide? It's in Unicode.h, right? Well, we'll just forward declare it. We appear to be manually forward declaring this everywhere. That's what kind of mood I'm in right now. You assume he didn't know Casey. Yeah, but you don't know who you're talking to, right? Like, to speak that condescendingly to someone. And like, if Paul were some kind of like master programmer, I would forgive that mistake. But like, he's not. He's a dude who probably hasn't programmed much in a really long time. And back when he did, like, okay, he could program well enough to do a website in Lisp, right? It's like, if John Carmack said that and accidentally said it to the wrong person, then like it's forgiven, right? I mean, I respect what Paul did with Y Combinator. Like, that Y Combinator was a good idea. He executed that idea very well. I think most of the actual companies are embarrassing, but Y Combinator itself was a good idea executed well. And I think it helps a lot of kids, right? When I left college, I kind of knew that starting a company was a thing that you could do, but like if you decided to do that, you were kind of out in the cold. It was very hard. So Y Combinator was very useful in that sense. It made this structure that helped a lot of people out. And so that's good. But that's not programming, you know? That's like a very different thing. So I have respect for Paul for doing that. I do not really... Well, we'll not finish that sentence. Is this the only place we use fopen? I don't know. Like, the problem isn't really using fopen to read things, which is mostly what we do. The problem is having it flush on close. This is sort of the only two times that we write files are here in LLVM. And we fixed this one. And if this, we're going to check this in on Windows. We're going to let it stabilize. Okay. Windows was failing mysteriously, not flushing the file in time for the linker to see it. Sometimes when we wrote from multiple threads simultaneously, we were using fopen, fclose, fflush, flush file, buffers, close, but none of the flushing. Helped upon switching to create file, write file. Let's put this, oops. The problem went away, so it appears there is a bug in the libc file stuff in Windows involving threads. You know, I bet it's something as simple as when you flush something from a thread, it puts it in a work queue and like just doesn't fucking wait for that, right? Yeah, I had assumed, so I saw the same thing with the LLVM backend, and I presumed that it was an LLVM threading bug somehow, because it couldn't possibly be a Windows file bug, because that code is so well tested and whatever. But I think we're concluding it's a Windows file bug, which is very embarrassing for Microsoft. Like, what is even happening? If someone reports it to MS and they ask for a repro, would I bother making one? No. No. I have too much experience reporting problems to Microsoft to bother. They just don't fix things. Like, their standards of quality are so low that it's not, like, they probably think this is fine. There's no way they don't know about this. They have definitely seen this bug. There is no way they don't know about this. They probably just don't know how to fix it anymore. Because the people who know how that stuff works left the company, right? And the new people don't understand anything except JSON. There is no way they don't know about this bug. Which makes it much more offensive to me because they've wasted not only the 2 hours that I sat here flailing on it, but like a number of hours and just mess of dealing with all these error reports from our build server and stuff. And that's just me and our team. What about every other team in the world? How many of those are affected? Yeah, how many hours of humanity have been spent dealing with this bug? Like, you don't even know. Like, how much software is there written in Windows that uses fclose, right? Some percentage of that software exhibits this bug. Even if it's 1%, that's a massive amount of software. All right, so I'm going to commit this. And then we're going to make sure I didn't screw up the Linux side. I mean, we tested that sort of with that ifdef, but I just want to I just want to switch it over again. Actually, let's not check that in yet. Let's wait. Did I not update? Nope, I didn't update. Okay. Fixed problem on Windows with the linker sometimes not seeing .obj files when multiple workspaces were writing .obj files at once. This appears to have been a libc bug in fopen fclose on Windows. We fixed it by switching to create file, write file. If this remains stable, we will also use it on the LVM backend, which exhibited a similar problem for which we added a stupid workaround some time ago. Okay. Oh my God, guys. I mean, I guess we are delivering value to the people tonight, but, oh, there's all these things. Remember I added that variable, that no check-in variable? Oh, there's so many things that we have to take out. Okay, let's take these out. Let's take that out. Let's take these out. Oh my gosh. All right, so this is not there. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. I hope I didn't delete any important code or anything. Did the code check if create file W returned error? Yes, it did. Yeah, why is everybody asking about Hunt Showdown? Isn't that game from like 3 years ago? Like, a lot of people have asked about it lately. It got updated. I mean, it's weird because it just seems... Oh, I got to update Sokoban. This is some stuff I changed. Hunt Showdown seems like a kind of a small game, you know? I mean, I haven't seen whatever the update is, but back when streamers were playing it, it was like, oh, cute. It's a little bit like Tarkov if Tarkov was like 5% the size that it is. Or whatever, you know? Like, I just didn't get it. Do I think Crysis was special when it came up? Yeah, it was the only game where you could switch the thing around and a dude would go, maximum armor, maximum speed. That was super special. Come on, tests. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's make sure that compiles. All right. Maximum armor. Dude, I need some maximum armor to protect myself against some of these problems. How do I get maximum armor? Quad damage. Dude, imagine you were playing Tarkov and you heard quad damage. I mean, Tarkov is already on quad damage by default, I guess, so. All right. I'm just doing a quick update on the Linux version. Play some Quake. I would be pretty bad at Quake now. The last Quake that I ever played much was like Quake 1. I played a lot of Quake 1 DM, but like Quake 3 I played a little bit, but I was never like really good at it at all. Whereas like Quake 1 I could kind of hold my own a lot of the time. You liked Unreal more? Unreal had like more complicated weapons and stuff, but the netcode was complete shit, dude. Like trying to play Unreal One, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to offend Tim in that way, but like, let me put it this way: trying to play Unreal over modems was not good. Whereas playing Quake over modems worked a lot better. Or not even over modems, even over like office internet connection. I just have all these memories of playing Unreal and like just like live freezing where like the game is updating but like the packets just aren't, it's like waiting for some piece of information to come in. Yeah, if you played on LAN it was probably good for both games. Current top Quake players are insane. Oh, I know. I've seen some of those. Well, it appears to be working. Oh, I just did one thread. I'll wait for the one thread to finish and we'll run like 6 threads or something. All right. Well, I think Babby is now formed for the night. I think we have triumphed over evil and chaos. Actually, what I played the most of was like Half-Life 1 DM. Half-Life DM was dope because it had the really interesting weapons like there was the beam that goes through walls like before anybody else had wall bangs. And I don't know. The MP5 with the grenade launcher was dope. Yeah, early Counter-Strike was also good. You're trying to get pistol PMC kills. I would probably try to do that on factory or something. You just get one of the really good pistols, right? I haven't done that mission at all yet, the 3 PMCs. Casey wants to know what my CRT flags were. Yeah. Maybe move to factory. The reason I was thinking factory is because I also have that mission for PMCs in the office area. So if I just keep doing pistol runs, because I don't want to lose all my good gear on factory either, right? So if I just do pistol runs in the office area, can just go to command line. Yeah, but then I have to see a million things. Anyway, we made Babby form tonight. It was very stupid. It was very stupid. So hopefully we will be able to get rid of the stupid LVM workaround. I suspect we will be able to. I just want to let this go for a couple days, and then we'll see. After feeling level 20, you felt like a lot of Tarkov magic went away. Yeah, I think Flea Market kills the game, honestly. Flea Market should not be available, except in very rare cases. Well, I might go to bed now. Have I looked at TSAN? Yes, we have TSAN hooked up on Linux, and we run it sometimes. TSAN's a good tool. Thanks everybody for coming by, including the dude who I banned. Yeah, GG's. We have some more bugs to look at that probably are actually my fault. This one, it looks like we haven't totally 100% guaranteed that it's a Windows bug, but it sure looks like one. Yeah, GG's everybody, and we'll do some more streams soon. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. See you later.